Hello. Welcome back to another X-Pro tutorial for SolidWorks modeling. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to model this object that you see on the screen using standard SolidWorks features like Boss Extrude and Cut Extrude. I'm going to also show you how to create a new plane and how to use the hole wizard. To make this model, we firstly need to create a base. Then we're going to add this segment, and lastly, we're going to add this other segment and also holes for montage. Technical drawing for this model can be found in the description. So without further ado, let's start with the modeling. First of all, let's start with the new file. Make sure to select Part and click OK. Like I mentioned before, we're going to start with the base by drawing this contour on the right plane. Also, I'm using millimeters for modeling, so don't confuse it with the centimeters. You can change the values for yourself down here. Now, press the right click on the right plane and select Sketch. This way, we can start with modeling the contour. Select in the Sketch tab this, and now we can start drawing. Now just follow what I'm doing. Also, pay attention to the values and numbers. There we go. Now go to the sketchboard and select Smart Dimensions. Height on the left side should be 25 millimeters and 40 millimeters on the right side. This line should be 100. This angle here, 30 degrees. Length of the whole object is 200 millimeters. From here to here, it should be 50. 87.5 for this one. Now for this one, it should be 112.5, and from here to here, it should be 150. Like I mentioned, you can find all of these in the description. Now we're going to make these two lines collinear. We can do this by pressing Ctrl and selecting both lines. Quick menu will appear where we're going to select Make Collinear. Next step is changing this drawing from 2D to 3D. To do this, just go to the features and select Boss Extrude. Also, we need to select the mid-plane in the Direction 1 menu. This way, this 3D model is going to be symmetrical on the right plane. Now let's change the thickness to 100 millimeters, just like it's shown in the sketch. And there we go. We are done with the first step. Now the second step is creating this segment with an angle. To make this possible, we are going to need an additional plane where we're going to draw these lines. Let's start by selecting Front Plane. Press Ctrl and drag this a bit to the right. Now we are able to change this value to 40 millimeters. Press the right click on this new plane and select Sketch. You can also do this here on the left, but it's easier for me this way. We now need to draw a new line on this. Just click on the new plane and select the Normal To button here. If you don't have this option, you can easily add it by selecting Commands and typing in Normal To. After you've done this, go here and select the central line. I'll draw the line so it will look like this, and we will also change the angle to 20 degrees. After that's done, we will go to Tab Features, Reference Geometry, and we'll select the plane. We will define the first reference with this line and the second one with this one. Next step is drawing this shape on a new plane. Select Sketch on the new plane and click on Normal To. Perspective looks a bit weird, but we can easily fix it by holding Alt and using the mouse. I will start on this by drawing a circle and 3 lines after that. It should look something like this. Now press Ctrl and select one line and a circle, and click on Make Tangent. Repeat this step with the other line. Next step is removing all the unnecessary lines. To do this, select Trim Entities, and also Power Trim. Just drag the mouse like this, and everything will be perfectly removed. Now go to Sketch and select Smart Dimensions. Click on this and change the radius to 25. Since this is still not defined, we will change the sides to 40. As you can now see, we're almost done. Let's go to the features and select Extrude Boss. Change the direction from mid-plane to blind. Now, we're going to reverse the direction and select Up to Next. Last thing that we need to do is to add this small cylinder. Right-click this surface, go to Sketch and select the circle. Hover over the semicircle, and the small dot is going to appear in the middle. Let's change the value to the 25. Now we need to extrude it like the last time, but make sure to change the value to 15 millimeters. We also need to add the hole through everything. To make this happen, just click on Hole Wizard in the Features tab. We just need one normal hole for this. Therefore, we can use DIN standard for this. Type should be drill sizes, and for the diameter of the drill, we're going to select 12. There are also more options to play with. We will select through all for end conditions, because we want a hole through the whole module. That's it for this options tab. Next tab is called positions. To make the hole, we firstly need to select this, and like last time, the small cross is going to appear in the middle. Now just press the right click to apply changes. And that's it. Looks really good so far. We're officially done with the second step of this tutorial. For the third and last step, we need to do this part right here. To do that, we first need to create this new plane. But because this is already at a 30-degree angle, we don't need to create a completely new plane like we did with this part. Instead, we can start drawing on this plane right here. Press the right click and select Sketch. Also, make sure you select Normal to for a better view. Like last time, we're going to start by drawing a circle. Diameter is going to be 70 millimeters. Now we're going to make a circle and the left line tangent. Next step that we need to do is draw these 3 lines just like this. The bottom line and this line should be collinear. The circle and the left line should be tangent. The same should be done with the circle and the right line. There we go. Select Trim Entities to delete these extra lines. Now, this contour is closed. As you can see, the color has changed. Let's change the length of this center line to 50 millimeters. Like in the last part, we're also going to make this 3D. Go to Features and select Extrude Boss. We need to change a couple of things here. First one is the direction to up to next. There we go. Next step is making this cross using the Cut Extrude function. We will start by right-clicking and selecting Sketch. Also, make sure you select Normal to for a better view. Let's start with drawing the lines. I'm going to draw these 2 lines from the center. Now, we're going to start with the main lines. Draw these 2 lines like this and connect them on the top. We will do the same thing but horizontally. There we go. Let's now make these 2 lines equal. Next step is making these 2 vertical lines symmetrical. Hold Control and select these 2, and also the helping line. We're going to now do the same thing for the horizontal lines. Looks good so far, but there's more work to be done. Let's make this line and the circle tangent. Right line will be collinear with this line, and the left line should also be collinear with this one. Now, let's change the lengths. This line here will be 10 millimeters long. But we now have a problem. These 2 lines are on top of each other, so we're going to remove these unnecessary lines here with Trim Entities. Perfect. Let's now make the hole by using Extrude Cut. Head over to the Features and select Extrude Cut. Now click on the cross. Let's change direction to blind and change depth to 5 millimeters. Looks perfect. Once again, the screw hole needs to be added in the center. We're going to use Hole Wizard, like in the last part. Go to Features and select Hole Wizard, but now we're going to select Contour. Now we're just going to tick Custom Sizing option and enter the values that are there. Change the first number to 15, the second one should be 25, and third one should be 5. That's it for these settings. Just make sure that End Conditions is set to Through All. To position the hole correctly, select these parts, and the cross in the middle is going to appear. There we go. Looks perfect. Next and the last thing are holes on the side that are used for montaging. Let's go to Hole Wizard. Once again, we're going to select Contour. Change the type to DIN 912 and size to M8. Make sure to untick the custom sizing. Now, go to Positions and select 3D Sketch. You can drill the holes, one here and the other one over there. Click space and this cube will appear, and now you can change the perspective. Select the view from the top. Go to the Smart Dimensions and change the distance between the hole and the lines. Distance from the hole and top line should be 15, and the distance from the hole and right line should be 20 millimeters. Do the same thing for the hole on the bottom. Sketch is now fully defined, so you can click on Apply 2 times. And there we go. The model is done and it looks amazing. You can also change the color by selecting Edit Appearance. Make sure that whole part is selected and now just pick the color that you like. I'm going to pick red, for example. Now the module is completely done. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. I'm going to make more modeling videos in the future. See you in the next one.